Okay, so with this one right here, we're still in 2.7, and it says there are many blocks that are requested with the side lengths all based on the standard length of X. Draw and label each of the following blocks. Use your diagram to write at least 2 equivalent expressions and verify algebraically that the expressions are equal. So one side is 1 inch less than the standard size, and the other side is 2 inches more than the standard size. So when I'm looking at your work, so it was, what was it? 1 inch less and 2 inches more. So yeah, I agree with this person. This person says 1 inch less, 2 inches more. Okay. 1 inch less and 2 inches more. Right. And then the other one is 2 inches less and 3 inches more. So this is perfect. So, but they did tell you that they want you to write 2 equivalent expressions. So here's one. We actually need to multiply out to get to the rest of that, right? So let me go fishing for who's got the rest of that. So yeah, look, x minus 1, x plus 2. Yeah, okay, and then we have this, right? X minus 1, x plus 2. And just as review, here's 2x minus 1x, that's x minus 2, right? So very good. So if you don't have these 2 equivalent expressions, this equals this. And let me just check this one. X squared minus 2x plus 3x minus 6. Very, very fancy here of using this little quilt block that you have. And then when I add them, negative 2x plus 3x, again, don't forget your x's here, remember. Go add this x. Whoever Candace Price is, make sure you add that in there. So you have to have these 2 equivalent expressions, right? It says 2 equivalent expressions. So here's one. This is the area as a sum. And here's the other, the area as a product. Okay, so make sure both of those are really good in your brains, okay? Okay, so let's go back to here. Okay, so we did this, and then, okay, so now we're on 5, okay? So then it says, now just practice more. One side is 2 inches more, and one side is 3 inches less. So I'm gonna go check your answers to see if you guys all agree. Oh, we have to wait. Okay, so let's take some time because we only have a couple people finished with this one. So I'm gonna pause. I want you to do this one right here, which is 5, 6, and 7. I want you to write it out. So if, in case you need that other person's help, where did that person go? Right here, was it? No, not right here. Right, let's see. So looks good. Here, let's look at this. Ooh, fancy. You're so fancy, right? So this person again forgot your X. Don't forget your X here. And you need all 3 of these. So hey, let's pause really quick and make sure that we all understand this. So let's draw this out. Let me just do this on our OneNote so that it makes more sense. So here's us on our OneNote. Okay. So if it is, okay, if you tell me to draw this out, right? And I'm just going to do this little bar thing here because I don't know why, but it makes sense for me to do this. And then I'm going to put my quilt blocks in here, right? So one is 1 inch less. So that's x minus 1. And the other is 2 inches more. So we get x plus 2. So here's my 2 parentheses. So one expression is going to look like x minus 1. The other one is going to look like x plus 2. But now what we have to do is give me the other side. I need the sum, this area as a sum. So let's just do this out. So one of your classmates chose to like draw this in like a rectangular box kind of thing and organize their information this way. So what is x times x? What is x times x? Yeah, very good. Okay. X squared, my class says. Very good. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let me set my little chat up here because all of you are giving me really good answers. Okay, fine. What would this next box be then? What would this next box be? What would the next box be? Ooh, someone says negative x. Why would they say negative x? Why would they put that? Wait, okay, wait, let's check. Why would they put negative x? Oh, because x times negative 1 is negative x. X times negative 1 is negative x. Exactly. Because this negative 1 at the top. Exactly. So, okay, fine. Let's continue. What would go in this box right here? What would go in this box right here? I got a couple of people answering. Remember, I'm looking for the bulk of my class to tell me. And if you don't know, go ahead and write. You know, if we were in face-to-face, I'd be like, okay, now tell your neighbor what they just said. So go ahead and copy that down. That's okay. And then I want you to look back here and be like, okay, but why did they put 2x? So a bunch of people put 2x. Are they even right? Where did they get 2x from? Where does that come from? Yes, very good. Someone says, Miss Johnson, it's because x times 2. Can you just imagine that I'm just drawing these little arrows here for you? So x times 2 is 2x. 2x. X times 2 is 2x, yeah? My iPad is going super slow right now, but we're going to be patient. Ms. Johnson is going to try to be patient. Okay. While we're all waiting for my iPad, what would go in this box here? What would go in this box here? Maybe I type it so that it'll be just be negative 2. Why would negative 2 go there? What? Why would negative 2 go there? Let me think. Why would negative 2 go there? Let me make it bigger. Why would negative 2 go there? Oh, because negative 1 times 2. I get it, Ms. Johnson, because negative 1 times 2 is negative 2. Trust me when I say there's a 2x here, it's just not showing up. The moment I ignore it, it'll show up. So now what I want to do, oh, there it goes. See, I told you. Now I want to add all these together to get my answer. So you want me to add all these together? Yeah. So over here, I'm going to put this here and I'm going to make it fancy. Okay, so tell me what to write. What should I write right here if I add all these up? So I got an x squared, so I'll write x squared, right? What else do I have? Okay, and then I got plus 2x, sure, plus 2x. And then I got this minus x, very good. And then I got minus 2. So I'm going to make this fancy. So I just highlight it here like this, and then I hit insert, and then I hit this math button, and then it makes it look all fancy. I don't know why this is a capital X. I'll make it lower. Okay. Very good. All right, we got more people participating. Muchas gracias right there. Boom. Okay. But then some of you are like, Ms. Johnson, but can't you simplify that? And I'm like, yes, we can. Okay, what can we simplify it to? What here can simplify? Yeah, the 2x minus x. Exactly. Okay, wait, what's 2x minus x? Very good. What is 2x minus x? So let me write this out. X squared is going to stay. He stays. And then all the way at the end, I got this minus 2, right? But what goes in between here? What's 2x minus an x? So I say it funny so that you guys can hear it. Hey, what's 2x's minus an x? Yeah, it's just an x. So I put plus x. Some of you want to put plus 1x. That's fine too. And I'm going to highlight it here and put math. And then I'm going to make this a lowercase x because I don't know why it's capital. And then it looks so fancy, right? Let me just make it bigger so that everybody can see it using their eyeballs. Yes. So these are the two answers that I get. So I'm going to highlight this guy because he's my answer. And then I'm going to highlight this guy because he's my other answer. So these are the two answers I'm looking for. These are the two answers I'm looking for. Very good. Okay. So you all tried this one. You all tried this one. Now go back to your slide and make sure you have two answers, one on each side. Two answers, one on each side. Okay, so I'm going to pause the video. You too, you're going to come back and check on it in a second. Okay, so you all did this and I saw all of your beautiful work. So I'm probably just going to clip stuff and put it right here in my notebook just to keep track of all that. So let me go this way. Let me go like this, put this in the front. Okay, so a lot of you understood, let me see here. A lot of you understood that when it says 2 inches less, you knew to put x minus 2 and x minus 2. Perfect. And then 3 inches more, you knew to put x plus 3 and x plus 3. So that's perfect, right? Good work there. And then a lot of you let me see, wait, here, this one. Wait, no, number 4. So a lot of you understood that. And then you use the box to do this, right? So you said x times x is x squared. X times 3 is 3x. Negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. And you got this whole box here, okay? So the next part is you pulling all this information and writing one expression here. So x squared plus 3x minus 2x minus 6, boom, right? And then you knew to simplify, oh, let me just add my x's together. 3x minus 2x's is just 1x. Okay, so let me clip this and copy this into my notebook because I want to make sure that we have answers in our notebook that are correct that you guys can access later. So is everybody comfortable with this one right here? Let me scooch this over because that's number 4. So is everybody comfortable with this? Any questions on this? So if you have this box here, you're just writing an expression and simplifying anything that are like terms, right? Okay, very good. So now I want you to try number 5 and number 6 and number 7. Number 5, 6, and 7, so we can check all those, okay? So move on to 5, 6, and 7. So I'm going to pause, you should too, and come back when you're ready to check. Okay, so now that you're more accustomed to doing this, so 5, 6, and 7, right? I was looking at all of your work. It looks strong, strong work. So I chose this one because it shows a little bit of the tiles that you guys all did. And then it has the math off to the side here. And if you notice here, it says more than 2 inches and then less than 2 inches. That's why it's x plus 2, x minus 3. You can see all their tiles in the cute little quilt square, right? And then there's minus 6, and then they write it out just like this. So this is perfect answer here. X plus 3. I think you just did a typo here. This should be a 3. It doesn't matter though, because it's just a typo because it shows up here correctly. And then the last but not least, plus 4 minus 3 plus 4 minus 3. This is perfect. So again, I'm going to steal all these answers here. Miss Johnson. This is 4, 5, and 6. I'm just going to write a 4 here. Let's do this. I think this is good if I go like this. 4. Oh, it's not 4. What am I doing, Miss Johnson? Erase. It was 5, 6, and 7. So this was 5. This is 6. And this is 7. So that you guys can all reference this when we get there. I don't need this, sorry. Copy this onto our notebook here so you guys can all see in case later on you're like, what did we do, Miss Johnson? There it is. Okay, so the next little part is just a question. It's asking, as an expression that has 3 terms is called a trinomial, like a tricycle, right? Tri meaning 3. 1, 2, 3. Look back at the trinomials you wrote for problems 3 through 7, and how can you tell if the middle term, this middle term right here, is going to be positive or negative? how do you tell if this middle term is going to be positive or negative? So see how all our answers here, this one was positive, this one was positive. Over here we have negative, over here we have negative, and over here we have negative or positive, sorry. In the chat, can you tell me, how would you be able to tell, looking at all this, let me make it a little smaller so I don't have to keep scrolling and making you people dizzy. Like, how can you tell if these are going to be, if the middle term is going to be positive or negative? Yeah, like how do you tell though? Like, because this one was negative, and this one was negative, and this one was positive. Yeah, so number one, we knew that because this was +2, this was -2. So we had a positive and a negative, right? That's one thing. And then how would I tell if it was going to be negative? How would I tell if it was going to be negative? How was I going to tell if it's like, if I said, hey, look at this one, I don't know, let me make one up. X plus 7, X minus 3. Like, let's say that I do this and I'm like, hey, is this gonna be positive or negative? Is the middle term here going to be positive or negative? What do you guys think? So some of you are kind of like multiplying out in your head, right? Yeah, this one is going to be positive. Good. Why is this one going to have a positive middle term? What told you that? Very good, by the way. Very, very good. Yes. Okay, good. I'm so glad I didn't have to write this. Someone else wrote it for me. Yay, Miss Johnson. Okay, so a couple people said this. They're like, hey, Miss Johnson, I know it's going to be positive because, hey, look, 7 is bigger than -3. Very good. Very good. So I knew that it was going to be positive because 7 is bigger than -3. Okay, so you're saying if I did a different one, let me copy this like this. So if I did a different one, and let's go like, I don't know, let's say this was X minus 30 and X plus 7. Would this have a positive middle term or a negative middle term? Would this one have a positive middle term or a negative middle term? Yes, this is a negative middle term. Why? Yeah, why? Yes, because here the -1. Does that make sense? The -1, -30 is going to be, the negatives outweigh the positives in this one, right? Very good. Awesome work today. Awesome, awesome, awesome.